Do you often feel like the demands of motherhood never stop and you're constantly overwhelmed and overstimulated by the noise, by the chaos, by the demands? I remember before I had my own kids, watching my sister snap at her kids or get irritated that they asked her a question or that they were in her way, and she would be like flustered and snap at them, and I was always look at her, I'm like, calm down, like they're just little kids, like why are you being so rough with them? And now I get it. Now I totally get it. When I spend a lot of time with my kids, and as a stay-at-home mom, I do spend all of my time with my kids, I often find myself just on the edge. Like my mind is foggy. I am just trying to stay calm and not snap. And I am tense. My whole body is tense. Overstimulation is the reason why we, moms, parents, find ourselves so drained, so physically exhausted at the end of the day. And our patience is this big. We have this much patience. If you're finding yourself nodding to what I'm saying, this video is probably for you, because overstimulation is not just in our head. The hard truth is that overstimulation is wrecking our nervous system, our mental health, and the ability to be the mom that you want to be for your kids. But hey, as always, there's good news. We can do something about it. I will share with you all the things that I know and the things that I do on a daily basis, not to be so overstimulated, be more calmer, be relaxed, more mindful, less reactive, and in general just be the mom that I want to be. So let's get into it. What does overstimulation do to your body? Because it doesn't just happen in our minds. It's not just the thoughts that we have. Overstimulation is creating chaos in our body. Your nervous system is overloaded, and it's showing up in physical ways such as tense shoulders, tense muscles, migraines, headaches, stomach aches. Essentially, your body is stuck in flight or fight, and that is exhausting. Mentally, you are basically maxed out. You can't concentrate, you're forgetful, you're snapping at the smallest things. At the same time, you feel like you're drowning. There's so much to do, there's so much to remember, there's so many questions to answer. And let's talk about the mental load just for a second, because that's something that we do not give enough attention. The constant checklist running in your mind about the meal plan, the doctor's appointments, the seasons changing, so you need to get the stuff for your kids. There's also other stressors, like maybe the dog needs a vet's appointment, maybe something at work, something with your parents that you need to address, like maybe they need some help from you. So all these things are in your head, and they are creating this weight, the load that's in your mind that is adding onto this weight and all this mental load that you are carrying. This cycle is not sustainable, and the longer we go like this, we're on the right trajectory to burnout, depression, anxiety. But recognizing is the first step to changing, to doing something about your overstimulation. Before we jump into the solutions, let's do a quick check-in. This is what I often do because there's a lot of things that could be going on, and you can do it right now with me. So pause and take a second to check in with yourself and ask yourself, what's the loudest thing right now? Is it your body? Is it your emotions? Is it your environment? You know, if it's your body and you feel some pain, some aches, some tension, consciously focus on relaxing. What are some other things to do that you can do to give your body some attention? Is it a shower, hot shower, a bath, a massage, a walk, a good night rest when you actually go to bed when you're supposed to go to bed? Now let's look at emotions. If you are on edge a lot, about to lose it over something small, or you do lose it over something small often, that means your emotions at the max capacity. Focus on what is it that is going on with your emotions. Take a look at the environment. Is it the noise, the clutter, stuff all over the place, the books, the piles of books that you were supposed to return to the library and you didn't, and that's still in the back of your head? This check-in helps you pinpoint the exact problems, your biggest stressors, so then you can address it first. Now let's take a look at some practical ways to de-stimulate. If it's the environment, I think that's the easiest thing to address and change. If it's the environment overwhelming you, most of the time we can control our own environment. Turn off the TV, step into a quiet room, step outside, put some earplugs in. I do that. I know, it's kind of crazy that just being home with my kids, I have to wear earplugs. I do that because sometimes you can't tell your kids to be quiet. You can't shut the kids, you know, like they're kids, but you can protect your mental space. Now, if your body is tense, ground yourself. Pause. Stop. Place your hand on your chest. Take deep breaths. Deep breaths. That simple action helps you stimulate the vagus nerve and reset your nervous system. You can also go for a walk if you can. Take a shower if you can. Stretch if you can. Dance, shake around. Now, what about the mental load? Because those are the stuff that sometimes we just have to do. We can't just be like, oh, whatever, I don't care, I'm not gonna do the stuff. You have to do those things. But when your brain feels overloaded, what helps is to simply grab a pen and paper and put all the things on paper. Sometimes it seems like it's more when it's in our head. When it's written down, it's simplified. It's not as complicated. It's actually not that much. And when you get those swirling thoughts on paper, it's like an instant relief. And your senses need a reset. Your brain and your body needs a break. Some of the things that I like to do, and I encourage you to try them and do those things on daily basis, is a splash of cold water on your face. You can grab an ice roller. You know, they make those like ice rollers that you can put in your freezer and just roll on your body, on your shoulders, on your neck, on your face. You can simply step outside and get some fresh air. Sit on the porch for a few minutes. Grab a warm drink. That's very like comforting. The sensory experience of holding something warm, a warm cup of tea on your porch. Taking a shower is a great way to reset your nervous system, kind of just wash everything away. You know, there's a reason why people listen to rain sounds going to sleep or relaxing. There's a reason we like those waterfalls and we like to sit by the water, because water is very relaxing. There's just something very calming about the sound and the feel of water. Going for a short walk or going for a drive. Now, if you're home with your kids, you can't always do that. But if you have the ability to, like after a long day with my kids, if my husband gets home, I'm like, I need to tap out, I need to step out. And I will simply just go for a drive and listen to some music and, just breathe, or go for a walk if it's nice and warm. That is like, I come home and I'm like, I'm a new person. Those small physical shifts can contribute to a huge mental reset. Sometimes it's a mix of those things. When I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and I'm instantly overwhelmed and overstimulated, I will get myself ready, take a shower, and plan a day out of the house. Whether it's a walk or a drive, even grabbing a coffee, talking to somebody. Sometimes a change of scenery is a lifesaver, honestly. There's nothing worse when you're already overstimulated and on edge and you're stuck at home with loud kids and you feel trapped. Okay, so planning some time outside, maybe a hike with kids, bike ride, maybe just a walk, if you just can't do it on your own. Even doing that with the kids is so helpful. Okay, here's what I need you to remember. Feeling overstimulated does not mean you're a bad parent, you're a bad mom. It doesn't mean you are a weak person. It doesn't mean you're failing. Not at all. Not at all. It means that you are a human. We're not supposed to do it, all the time and alone as we do in this day and age. We as mothers spend a lot of time alone with our kids, and there's always just so much to do. So if you are overstimulated, it is your nervous system telling you to take a break. So start with one thing today. Maybe turn off your notifications for an hour or for the evening. That's a great habit to incorporate. Maybe taking a few minutes of silence, stepping outside by yourself. Small steps can lead to huge shifts. Thank you so much for watching. If you clicked on this video because you wanted to learn how to be a better mom, that means you are already an amazing mom. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with somebody who can find it helpful too. Consider subscribing, leave a comment. The more you engage and share my content, more moms can see it and we can just help each other out, because we are all in this together. So that's it for today's video. I hope to see you in the next one. And please don't forget to take care of yourself first.